Good evening. You're watching the news on Croatian television. President Kolinda Grabar-Kitarović is in Bosnia and Herzegovina for a three-day visit that will take her to Sarajevo, central Bosnia, and the Bosnian Posavina region. This is the president's second official visit to the neighboring country. Her first was in 2015, just after she took office. After meeting with members of Bosnia and Herzegovina's tripartite presidency, she gave a statement alongside presidency chairman Dragan Čović.
I think Bosnia and Herzegovina still deserves your attention and the influence your administration has with the EU, which can help us, so that our candidacy for EU membership is not something in the distant future, but a reality in this calendar year. I think we've created all the necessary conditions for that, and it would ease much of the burden on relations in the entire region around Bosnia and Herzegovina and further east as well.
I'm especially pleased to be in Sarajevo today to offer my support to Bosnia and Herzegovina as the president of Croatia, a country that is a friend and neighbor of Bosnia and Herzegovina and one that wishes it only the best when it comes to development, the path to EU membership, and all the other goals you have set for your country. Lawmakers were back in session today after a month-long break. The session began with the customary question-and-answer period with Prime Minister Andrej Plenković and his cabinet. SDP leader Davor Bernardić pressed the Prime Minister about what his government was doing to protect the freedom of speech and the press, mentioning the case of a satirical website's page blocked by Facebook. It should be noted that it is Facebook who shuts down pages that violate its posting policies.
The government must not in any way ban, stifle, or drown out satire in Croatia. It cannot ban the "Where's the Money" Facebook page. So I ask you, what are you going to do about it? There is no censorship in Croatia. Everyone has the right to speak freely and say what he or she thinks, within what the law allows and one's willingness to take personal responsibility.
SDP MP Peđa Grbin asked the Prime Minister today when the European Commission was expected to respond to a request for the approval of government guarantees for a loan to the financially strapped Uljanik shipyard in Pula. Workers at the shipyard are threatening to go on strike if their December salaries are not paid by the end of the week. The PM said he expected an answer very soon.
I am confident, and this is meant as a clear message to you as a representative from Istria, that the government will do everything in its power to save several thousand jobs at Uljanik and ensure the shipyard's sustainability.
Prime Minister Plenković also gave lawmakers a report on the work of the body that represents EU governments, the Council of the European Union. In his presentation, the PM identified two goals for Croatia: the long-term goal, joining the Eurozone by 2024, and the short-term one, meeting the requirements for joining the EU's border-free Schengen area by 2019. The Petrokemija fertilizer plant in Kutina has reported that INA plans to cut natural gas delivery to the factory tomorrow morning because of outstanding debts toward the supplier. Management has struck a deal with alternative supplier PPD to provide all of the natural gas necessary for the state-owned company to operate over the next week. Former Economy Minister Tomislav Panenić says this is not the first time this issue has arisen.
When I was minister, we had a similar situation and we were in talks with INA. They cut deliveries and PPD was the sole supplier, so the company's debts towards PPD rose quickly. We tried to find a solution and we granted PPD the same favorable terms that INA had. That's why I don't see why INA should be the first in line to issue a threat of cutting off supply.
The Croatian Bank for Reconstruction and Development has lowered interest rates in its lending program for EU projects in the public sector from 3 to 2.5%. The discounted rate will apply to loans approved until the end of the year. The bank also underscored that in 2017 it lowered interest rates for private sector loans and ones that fall under the EU's rural development, fishing and wine envelope. Finance Minister Zdravko Marić spoke about Croatia's credit rating in an interview on Croatian radio. Last week, Fitch raised Croatia's rating to a BB+ with a stable outlook. Rating agencies Moody's and Standard & Poor's will be releasing their forecasts in February and March.
Our ultimate goal is to return to an investment-grade rating. We will continue to communicate with rating agencies in the financial industry at home and abroad. Most importantly, we plan to continue delivering results. If you read Fitch's report, you can see that they had very little reason not to raise the rating.
In sports, Croatia lost to Sweden last night in Split in their final Group A game at the European Handball Championships. Final score 35-31. The defeat dealt a blow to Croatia, which now only carries over 2 points instead of 4 into the next phase of the tournament. Croatia now needs to win all 3 of its Group 1 games to stay alive. Their next game is against Belarus on Thursday night.
We don't have much time. The Belarus game is tomorrow. They are a dangerous team and we have to take them very seriously. But I think we can do it. I believe in my guys. Unfortunately, things have not gone according to plan. We wanted to leave Split with 4 points. But that's the way it goes. We have to raise the quality of our game.
Mostly sunny skies are expected tomorrow, but the interior may see some occasional clouds, especially in the north. There will be moderate to high north-northwesterly winds on the coast on Thursday, which will fall and shift to a southwesterly starting in the north. Morning lows will range from -4 to +1 inland and from 3 to 8 along the shore. The day's highs will be between 6 and 11. In the 3-day outlook, another system is headed our way, bringing cooler temperatures, rain, and snow on Friday. There will still be some light precipitation on Saturday morning, mostly in the east and in the mountains. Conditions on Sunday will be variable, with a chance of some snow flurries in places. Rain is expected again on the coast on Friday. Showers will be more frequent in the evening, and downpours could be heavier in places, especially in the north. South-southeasterly winds will shift to a northeasterly overnight into Saturday. Skies will clear by morning along most of the coast, except the far south. Conditions will be partly cloudy on Sunday. And that brings us to the end of our program. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow.